Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Greetings! Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. Today, very interesting question. How much does college really cost? Let's answer it right now. Welcome. College costs are confusing, to say the least, often because of a lack of clear and complete information. Understanding the true cost of college is necessary to evaluate and compare financial aid award letters. First, we need to talk about the cost of attendance. Everything starts with the cost of attendance, which is the total annual college costs, not just tuition and fees. The cost of attendance is also known as the sticker price. Ever have sticker shock? The cost of attendance includes tuition, fees, and allowances for room and board, books, supplies, equipment, transportation, the cost of a personal computer, and all the miscellaneous personal expenses. In addition, there are optional allowances that are available upon request. These include allowances for dependent care costs, disability-related expenses, study abroad costs, cooperative education expenses, loan fees, and the cost of professional licensing or certification, just to name a few. Some college financial aid award letters do not list the full cost of attendance, so be careful of this. Instead, what they do is they distinguish between direct costs, which are paid to the college, and indirect costs. Students and parents may need to search the college's website to find information about indirect costs. Now we talk about the net price. The net price subtracts gift aid, like grants and scholarships, from the sticker price. It is effectively a discounted sticker price. Only gift aid from the federal government, state government, and the college itself is actually subtracted from that price. Scholarships from private sources is not subtracted from the cost of attendance in the definition of net price. So the net price is the amount of money the family will have to pay from savings, income, and loans, as well as education tax credits and private scholarships to cover college costs. Since 2011, every college has been required to provide a net price calculator on its website. The net price calculator provides a personalized estimate of the student's net price at the college. Net price calculators are useful tools for estimating the one-year net price before the student applies for admissions and financial aid. But net price has a few flaws that make it challenging for families to actually determine the true cost of college. So let's take a look, and that leads us to net cost. Some colleges promote a net cost figure instead of, or even in addition to, the net price. Don't confuse the two, as if all this wasn't confusing enough. Net cost subtracts the entire financial aid package, including student loans, from the cost of attendance. The net cost is usually lower than the net price, which subtracts just grants and scholarships. Most colleges include student loans in the financial aid package, so some also even include parent loans, which is called Packaging Plus. But loans do not really cut college costs. They must be repaid, usually with interest, thus making college even more expensive. But promoting a net cost figure is really misleading, especially when financial aid award letters do not clearly distinguish loans from grants. Okay, so now that moves us along into the front loading of grants. The cost of attendance and net price provide cost information for just 1 year, the freshman year. Costs in subsequent years are often a lot higher. More than half of colleges, pay attention to this, practice front loading of grants, where there is a better mix of grants versus loans during the first year than during sophomore, junior, and senior years in college. Families can use the U.S. Department of Education's College Navigator tool to determine whether a college practices front loading of grants and also to estimate an adjustment to the net price for all 4 years. Here are some quick tips on how to do that. Expand the financial aid tab for the College of Interest, and there will be 2 sets of financial aid information, one for full-time beginning undergraduate students, like first-year students, and one for all undergrad students. The grant or scholarship aid rows, that provides information about the percentage of students receiving gift aid, as well as the average aid amount. If either of these numbers decrease, it can be a sign that the college practices front-loading of grants. The numbers can also decrease if the college has many transfer students and is less generous to transfer students, or if the college has a very low retention rate for federal Pell Grant recipients. These are not significant factors at most colleges, however. Some colleges do not cut the grants in subsequent years, but the net price, nevertheless, increases because of increases in tuition, fees, and other college costs. To calculate an adjustment to the net price requires evaluating how the gift aid and college costs will change. You can do that by calculating the ratio of average gift aid for all undergrad students to the average gift aid for first-year students. And then, if there is a significant difference in the percentage receiving grants, multiply this ratio by the ratio of the percentages. The resulting ratio will be less than 100%. Multiply this ratio by the total gift aid in the financial aid award letter. This is the adjusted gift aid amount. Then, look for the percentage in the rightmost column under Tuition, Fees, and Estimated Student Expenses tab in College Navigator. Pick the appropriate line under the Total Expenses section of the tab. Multiply this percentage by 1.5 and add it to 100%. Are you lost? Stay with me. If you need to go back and re-listen to this in front of the College Navigator screen, please do. I understand. So you multiply the result by the total cost of attendance from the financial aid award letter or the college's website. You can open these up in different tabs too and just kind of go back and forth. And then this one will actually be the adjusted cost of attendance amount. You just kind of have to do it yourself. You can subtract the adjusted gift aid amount from the adjusted cost of attendance amount, and this is an estimate of the net price for the entire undergrad program. Phew! How about that for a math story problem? Let's take a look at an example. Here we go. Going to throw some numbers around at you, and I know this is kind of hard to do in a podcast, but this kind of gives you an idea of how to do this. So, suppose that a college has a cost of attendance of $35,000, an average gift aid of $15,000 for first-year students, an average gift aid of $10,000 for all undergrad students, and an annual college cost inflation rate of 3%. This college clearly practices front-loading of grants. Consider a financial aid award letter that lists a total of $12,000, yielding a net price of $23,000. The adjusted gift aid amount is $12,000 times $10,000 divided by $15,000. That equals $8,000. The adjusted cost of attendance amount is $35,000 times, this would be in the parentheses, 100% plus 1.5 times 3%. That equals $36,575. So the estimated net price for the entire undergrad program is $36,575 minus $8,000, which we adjusted gift aid amount we figured out earlier, and that equals $28,575. Much higher than the net price based on the first-year financial aid award letter. That's why this formula is so important in truly estimating the cost. Okay, let's move on to scholarship displacement. Lots of colleges require students to report private scholarships to the college's financial aid office. Some of these colleges practice scholarship displacement, where the college's grants are reduced when the student receives a private scholarship. According to a recent survey of college kids, half of scholarship recipients are affected by scholarship displacement. If a student's private scholarships are fully displaced, there is no change in the net price or the student's ability to pay for college, despite their hard work in winning a scholarship. Therefore, it's very important to understand whether and how a college practices scholarship displacement. Some colleges publish an outside scholarship policy on their website, so you can read that. Sometimes the outside scholarship policy is specific enough to evaluate how winning a private scholarship will affect the net price. And you can also ask questions of the college financial aid administrator, like, So if I win a $10,000 scholarship, how will that affect my financial aid package? Such an important question to ask. 2 states, Maryland and New Jersey, have enacted laws banning scholarship displacement. Sign me up! The Helping Students Plan for College Act of 2021 would require colleges to disclose their scholarship displacement policies to prospective and enrolled students. This legislation also requires the U.S. Government Accountability Office, the GAO, to issue a report on scholarship displacement and to make recommendations to address scholarship displacement. And now, you have mastered how to calculate the total cost of college. The legit cost of college. That is our show for today. I know that was quick, a lot of numbers, a lot of stuff going on. If you need to see this article, see the steps, and just kind of read it for yourself, you can just copy and paste the title of this podcast in the search bar at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can find everything you need to know right there. Thanks again for stopping by today. Please share this with a friend or family member who is also in this pickle, and we'd love to just help out other people too. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you again real soon.